Well, the day is almost here, but we're going to have to say goodbye to you, Wits. But 11 years as a Chief, just sum it up in a few words for me.
It's very hard. I've had a great time. Got to play with lots of great people, you know, that have made it really fun to be part of the team, and also really grateful to Rob and Ali, all the staff, you know, for persevering with me for so long and giving the opportunity to be part of something really special and have all these great times. And thank you to fans as well. I've always enjoyed going out into the bar with them, and the support we get here is fantastic. So all in all, it's been a brilliant experience. Couldn't really have asked for anything more, and I'm very grateful that it's happened. Yeah.
You said your first wish was just to make sure you weren't homesick, and you had 𝗙𝗡𝗏 and 𝗚𝗡𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗩 help you settle in here pretty quickly. But as a family, as a group of players, they made you straight into that mix straight away, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that was a big thing. You know, there's a lot of sort of old heads from the championship teams still around, and you know, they get you initiated into the team very quickly. You know, lots
big
of good characters, lots of good times. You know, lots of fun times. We enjoyed our rugby, but then we enjoyed after the rugby as well. You know, and like you said, you know, living with 𝗙𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗩, that was brilliant. You know, just starting out with him here at the same time. You know, he's a great fella to just run around with, and then obviously 𝗙𝗡𝗏, able to talk Northern Ireland to him, and you know, like I said, you know, he didn't really protect me, but I was able to just sort of follow his lead a wee bit as well.
Those initial years though, like you say, you knew you were joining an ambitious club that could maybe do something. You just wanted to be part of it. But over the years, it's grown and grown into quite a beast now, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, I think at the start, I joined a good team. Like, it's quite clear early on. I mean, I'd finished 5th in the league the year before I joined. And you get here and you realise that, you know, the team is full of lads like myself, good players that were just looking at an opportunity, and fit me, we could play some really good rugby. We could also do some really good drinking as well. That was part of the problem. Maybe we enjoyed ourselves too much for a while, that he sort of pulled us back in 2015, 2016, sort of said, look, you know, if you want to, boys, we can really do something good here, rugby-wise, but we've got to, you know, take things maybe that wee bit more seriously. So, yeah, he's right. Once we started to hone into that, you know, and plus there's a good bunch of young players that came through into the team, and then, yeah, started to take off a bit.
I was going to say, trophies started to flow. You had that 2017 win, which was really the catalyst of where it all began, wasn't it? And just go back to that day, winning a first ever Premiership title. You were a history maker then.
Yeah, 2017.
You talk
the biggest problem is about 2017. By the end of it, I was absolutely exhausted because we beat Saracens here last play of the game, and that was just pure euphoria with the fans and all. Everybody going. That was probably my favourite memory, was just running around there at the end, hands in the air, going mental. Then we had to, you know, lock ourselves back down because Twickenham next week against Wasps went 100 minutes. You know, by the end of that, you know, we beat Wasps and lay down on the ground and didn't want to get back up again even to get the trophy, because just that was exhausting. But for me, that was 2017. What a great experience that was. That was a good time.
Roll it forward a few years and then you get into COVID times, which was weird in itself, but what you achieved in that year as a collective, as a group, was something special. But I guess the hard part was you didn't get to experience, you know, I know you lived for that European Cup, but you didn't get to celebrate it with friends and family like you would have the previous trophy winners. That must have been tough, but equally it was brilliant that you could celebrate with your closest mates.
Yeah, well, I think you know, that was the strength of the team, you know, that we made that into something, and then, you know, we're able to, you know, do it that year. I think that was one of the great strengths that helped us when we came back after COVID, was how tight we were as a team and how hard we trained over the COVID bit and how hard we were going to work for each other, you know, to do something special. Because, like you say, there wasn't that there, you know, you had nobody to interact with, you know, there was no fan, there's no support. albeit it worked against us initially because we played the quarter-final and the semi-finals with nobody here, you know. But yeah, cheering to an empty stand, you know, what is probably the biggest moment of your rugby life, well, for me anyway, you know, that was a wee bit bittersweet, but at the same time, that year in Europe, to beat the three big French teams, La Rochelle, Toulouse, Racing, those performances, and to be involved in all those games, to be involved in all 9 games to win it. Yeah, that was probably the best run of games, you know, the best I played in a run of games in Europe, best we played as a run of games in Europe. So, you know, that was a great time. It was, you know, big teams, big experiences. You know, we played some good rugby.
Rob says pound for pound, you're probably one of his best signings, and you over the years, you're in like probably the second or third generation of different teams here now. You've had to transform your own game to make sure you're still playing, and that has that been difficult? Have you enjoyed the challenge of that?
Yeah, well, my game was never built around being particularly skillful or being particularly, you know, like fast twitch, you know, pure speed. So that sort of helped me be able to stay involved, because, you know, I know how I play and been able to just keep it going for quite a long time. Like you say, I've been initially sort of, I saw the end of the championship team, that first few years in the Premiership, saw the end of that team. Then for a long time,
the core group,
you know, that's the 𝗙𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, and then now that's probably why it's a good time to be retiring, because there's a new group. They're going to be starting with a new group, and it's exciting for the club. Like I said, you know, we've struggled a wee bit this year in the league, but we've won the Prem Cup. That was similar to what it felt like in 2013, and look what that team went on to do. And it feels like, you know, it could be for the club if everybody keeps their head down and works together and, you know, wants to do it. It could be again, you know, on an upwards curve, but I'm a wee bit too old for that upwards curve, so I think it's a good time to be moving on and letting these boys get in and get the experience they need to hopefully do something special themselves for the club and all in a couple of years' time.
Saturday will be a special day, an emotional day. It could be what kind of day it will be, but that last time running out at Sandy Park, you know, you've done it over 300 times. What's it going to be like for you?
Yeah, it's emotional, you know, thinking about it. You know, I didn't even know I was going to get picked this week, so when I was in the team, you know, it was a bit emotional, because you do realise, you know, I've got this one last chance to go out to something that I've, you know, loved to do for so long, you know, and it's funny, you just, when you're in it, when you're in your career, you're just going bang, 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 game after game, you know, just, and then all of a sudden, here we are, it's the last one, and you're a wee bit like, oh flip, where did it all go? I'll do it again, you know, but I'll make the most of the weekend, try and sign off with another good memory, on another good note, you know, with a lot of boys I've played with for a very long time. So yeah, looking forward to it, and hopefully do well.
I was going to say, we've got a few weeks left of the season to go. There's still plenty to play for, a lot of excitement around that, but just sum up for me in a few words. How would you describe a Chief? If you go back home and saying, this is the club, you know that, you'd be a good salesman for it?
I don't know, well, I'll tell everybody I had a flipping fantastic time. What is a Chief? A Chief is somebody that, I don't know, I can't answer that. Fairly, works hard, plays hard, determined to do well, but also determined to enjoy himself as well, you know, and that, you know, I can't thank the club enough. I can't thank the coaches, especially Rob and Ali, you know, they persevered with me for such a long time. All the staff, all the players that I've played with, lots of them, ones that are here now and ones that aren't here now, you know. It's been a lot of good lads, a lot of lads I've loved spending time with. And I'll always have those memories. I'm very, very grateful for that. And also the fans, you know, playing in front of them every week. It's been a real privilege. So, like I said, to the whole club, to Devon, everybody, thank you very much.
I was going to say, Exeter's become home from not you, for Aaron, for the boys. It's always going to have it's going to have this special place, but equally, Northern Ireland's always been home.
All the lads like to keep me going that the boys are English, like, you know. No, England has been, what can I say, England gets a bad rap in Northern Ireland, but actually when you get over here, Devon's been a great place to live. Yeah.
And final one from me, the chance when you go home, you're not going to hang up your boots quite yet. Chance to play with your brothers, hopefully, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully we can set that up. You know, a wee bit depends on them, but hopefully we can set up 1 or 2 times before we'll all hang our boots up, like, because we're all getting on a bit now, like, but yeah, play for Dad's club, run out, hopefully we can set it up, hopefully he'll pick us, everything.
From us all, Wits, we'll miss you.
Thanks very much.